An alternative to using the while loop is something called the for loop. The for loop puts most of the loop control statements in one place in kind of the first line of the loop, so that all you have to do in the body is actually execute the statements that you want executed continuously, or repeatedly is a better word to say. So let's take a look at how that works. We'll use our grading problem again because it's well suited for that. The for loop works like this: the keyword for followed by a loop control variable. In this case, we're going to call ours I. Let me just go ahead and write out the whole statement here, and you can take a look at it. So we're saying we want our loop control variable to start at I. We want I to go from 1 to 5, less than or equal to 5. And for each iteration of the loop, we want to increment I by 1. And then inside the loop, we'll have our statements. And then outside the loop, we can compute the average. In this case, we know it's 5, so we're just going to write that. We could also use a variable in that place, or a constant would work also. So let's run the program real quick. So again, we're going to do even numbers, so it's easy to see that we're on the right track. So the loop ran exactly 5 times, and it computed the average. The beauty of the for loop is that all of the information we need to control the loop is right up here in the first statement, so that it's very easy to take a look at the loop and know exactly what it's going to do. We're going to start at 1, we're going to go to 5, so that means we're going to have 5 iterations of the loop. And then in the body we can see exactly what's going to happen. Notice that these are like individual statements, but they're on one line. The only kind of outlier is the increment statement, or we won't really call it that. We should call it the modification statement. So if you want to break down the for loop, you have the loop control initialization statement right here. You have the relational expression, that's this part, the I less than equal to 5. And then you have the loop control modification statement, which changes I so that it will eventually make the relational expression false. Notice it does not have a semicolon at the end of it. That's a little strange, but that's just the way the language is designed to do. We could, of course, rewrite this as a while loop, just like we did in previous lessons, but one of the nice things about for loops is that when you know that you're going to execute a set of statements a set number of times, using the for loop is many times preferable because it's easier to see exactly how many times the loop's going to execute. And with that, we've wrapped up this lesson, this first lesson on working with for loops.